touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SOS.
It's a dangerous trend in the country, one that is seriously sending our local manufacturers out of business. Nigerians' penchant for imported goods is top among other challenges affecting the nation's industrial sector. We will tell you how the Standards Organization of Nigeria is contributing to reverse the trend and what you have to do as consumers to grow our industries. You are watching Standard and You, reaching you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. My name is Halimot Osifo. I'll be back after this message. Stay tuned.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
These are substandard products. They are dangerous to human lives and have negative effects on the nation's economy. We work round the clock in search of these products, and wherever we find them, we destroy them. We are committed to the war against substandard and fake products. We are the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Join us on Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety.
Thanks for joining us on the program. Among the myriad of problems local manufacturers of goods concerned with in the country is Nigerians' attitude to made in Nigeria goods, which has remained a major source of worry to operators in that sector. However, a lot is being done by governments through the Standards Organization of Nigeria to support local producers to reverse the trend. Please take a listen.
Electronics, shoes, clothes, food, electric cables, gas cylinder, tire, and many other products are imported into the country almost on a daily basis. There is a general assumption that goods imported into the country are of higher quality when compared with those produced locally.
They are sophisticated. Yeah, the quality they come with is not compared with Nigeria products.
We believe in that African people can do better. That whatever we produce here is fake. Because everybody try to do one or two things with their own selfish reason. So rather the Nigerians here will depend on imported goods for their safety.
They feel everything that comes from Nigeria here, there's no durability to it. So, but I think it's a mindset.
You can't compare what, take US, United States of America, for example, to what our own product, to what Americans can produce. No, theirs are better. So definitely I would rather prefer theirs.
This explains why our markets are flooded with foreign products, and many of these products, according to Standards Organization of Nigeria, are substandard. Other respondents argue that imported products are affordable and available.
Production is very high in Nigeria, as we all know. When the products from overseas come to the country, they are relatively cheaper compared to Nigeria products.
Nigeria is not really manufacturing anything. They are not manufacturing anything. Most of the products are foreign.
Our factory in Nigeria, they are no more operating because of shortage of lights and everything that is going on in our nation. So, and as they are bringing those things, they are bringing them and they are very cheap.
These respondents, like most Nigerians, have different reasons to justify their preference for imported goods, even when some of these goods are also manufactured locally. It's an obvious fact that operators of industries in the country have had to contend with a myriad of problems that have made it difficult for their businesses to thrive.
The manufacturing sector accounts for less than 10% of GDP. And increasingly, they are finding it even more difficult to sustain many manufacturing investments because of the challenges of infrastructure, which is having an impact on the cost of production. So because of that, most of them are functioning below capacity. So all of these things combined have put a lot of pressure on the manufacturing sector.
Surviving in an import-dependent economy is an uphill task for these operators, many of who have gone out of business due to low patronage.
We're talking about the African Continental Free Trade Area. You know, if you don't fix all these competitiveness problems in time, by the time we are full-blown into this African Continental Free Trade Area, and you have influx of manufactured products from other parts of Africa, it will be difficult for many of them to survive. If government, through its policies and actions, is able to stress the need to patronize what is made in Nigeria, and that will go a long way. Because government is a big spender in this economy, and government can also easily target its own expenditure. If, for instance, you are buying staff buses for companies, or for ministries, for MDAs, a clear directive can be given that go and patronize vehicles that are made in Nigeria. Or you are buying official cars for ministries, for MDAs. A directive can be given. So it is easier to channel government expenditure, you know, to patronize made in Nigeria. It's not only vehicles, we have pharmaceuticals, we have those who are in the cable industry, we have the beverage industry, we have so many sectors. A whole lot that we need to do to ensure that we keep our manufacturing sector alive.
Government has not only expressed deep concern over the situation, but also doing a lot through the Standards Organization of Nigeria to help these industries. The agency has, over the years, through its mandatory conformity assessment program, MANCAP, provided technical support to local manufacturers. It's a scheme that has exposed local manufacturers to standard manufacturing processes, as explained by the Chief Executive Officer of the SON, Malam Farouk Salim.
The more we make sure our companies, their products are not only authenticated, they have certification, they can go to next door country to sell their products, we are making sure they continue to exist. And then we are protecting them from individuals who are sabotaging their industry by importing substandard goods into the country. So our role, essentially, as a regulator, is to make sure people know what the standards are and people follow the standards. And part of our organization, we have the enforcement aspect of it. Now that part, which is one of the good things we have in our organization, the 2015 Act gave us that power. So when we have an offending product, we enforce. We make sure that individual or that company or that importer now pay the consequences of sabotaging. We have the powers all the way to go to court to take individuals who are sabotaging not only our industries but our economy and risking the lives of our people. So we have, over the years, have convictions. Individuals were locked up, individuals are fined, and products have been taken away with permission of the courts. Products are destroyed. So our responsibility as an enforcement organization, a standard setter, is to make sure we do our job very efficiently, very fairly.
An example of this success story is the cable. It's a known fact that Made in Nigeria cable is the best in the country today.
If I have, for example, 100,000 naira, I fly down to another country, buy a container full of product. My only investment is that money, and I bring it here. All I do is pay the custom duties, pay some charges, and I'm in the market. While these other individuals in Nigeria, they have cost, energy cost, transport cost, security cost, employment cost, taxes. So by the time you put all this together, it's almost an unfair chance comparison. But still, our local manufacturers are doing an excellent job because the difference is not that much. If you take a foreign cable that is imported and you take a genuine manufactured cable in Nigeria, I can guarantee you the difference is not less than 10-15%. So for you If you are a consumer, instead of paying 300,000, you are paying 320,000. You know you are buying the right product, and you are helping our people stay employed. You are helping our government get taxes. You are helping your community for security. 20,000 out of 300,000 is worth the investment as an individual to do the same commitment. If you go to most foreign countries, you find out that even in America, they have places where people will start saying, this is made in the USA. And they don't care if it is cost 10 naira more or 20 naira more, they will buy. Because when you're buying made in Nigeria products, you are not only buying a genuine product, but you are buying work for your brother, your cousin, your uncle. You are making sure your village or your city or the state has a factory that is working. Now you are making sure that the individual, your businessman who is your local person, or even if it's a foreign person who has confidence in our country to come and invest in it, now you are making sure that person's investment is staying, so they can stay there, and then we become a better country. No country becomes a great country by importation.
It's a rigorous exercise that is fast deepening the knowledge and capacity of our local factories to churn out goods of acceptable standards that can compete with foreign products.
When you patronize Made in Nigeria, you are giving entrepreneurs, manufacturers, return for their investment. There will be profits, and it will boost the economy. So when you patronize Made in Nigerian goods.
Cable, the best in cable quality, made in Nigeria. If you look at some of these bulbs that have been supervised and monitored by Standard Organization of Nigeria, they are of quality. I am proud of Made in Nigeria.
The sector currently contributes about 10% to the nation's gross domestic product (GDP). The Standards Organization of Nigeria says it will continue to come up with strategies to check the influx of substandard products into Nigeria to ensure that local manufacturers are not faced with unfair competition, even in areas where the country has comparative advantage. As government takes steps to create the enabling environment for businesses to thrive, it's important for Nigerians to rise to the challenge of supporting local brands, not just to guarantee the survival of these factories, but also provide wealth and job opportunities in the country.
Buy made in Nigeria goods. They are of superior quality and competitive. Let's also tell you that the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim, has challenged staff of the organization to develop new ideas and capacity to tackling the menace of substandard products in Nigeria. He gave this charge at a management retreat put together by the agency at Ibom Icon Hotel and Resort in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Standard and You was there.
It's an annual exercise by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. It's a platform that affords management of the agency the opportunity to examine its activities and acquaint staff with new trends in quality development, management and processes. For an organization saddled with the responsibility of elaboration and enforcement of standards, the importance of such regular retreat cannot be overemphasized.
It is important to remind the Director General and management of SOM that the nation looks up to you in the areas of standardization, conformity assessment, testing, and metrology, amongst others, in order for our products and services to be competitive, locally and internationally. This is more so in view of the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, with all the opportunities and potentials it holds for Nigeria. I wish to also urge you to pay greater attention to standards, implementation and enforcement for both made in Nigeria products as well as those being imported, in order to provide a level playing field as well as protect duly certified products, whether locally produced or imported. I wish to also join the management of SOM to double up their collaborative efforts and initiatives with other government ministries, departments and agencies, as well as the organized private sector and development partners. In this regard, I commend your initiative
in proposing the signing of a memorandum of understanding with state governments across the nation on providing technical support and guidance to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Furthermore, the recent acknowledgement of your organization as the foremost agency in the Ease of Doing Business Index by the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, is commendable. I urge you to work harder and smarter to sustain these gains, particularly in the areas of openness, transparency, and efficiency in service delivery.
It was against this backdrop that the agency's Chief Executive Officer, Malam Farouk Salim, charged staff at the forum to embrace new ideas, to be innovative and dedicated to duty.
I urge the Director of Human Resources to look inside, primarily within the nominal role, to see some of the graduates we have, if they have anything close to counseling degrees. If not, individuals, because we have difficulty in employing, we are not allowed to employ. So we look inside to see if we have one or two individuals who are interested in maybe a counseling certification course or something. In human resources, the IT department should start working on both phone numbers and websites, maybe even live chats, so that hopefully in the next retreat we'll have a full-fledged unit in the human resources department, which is counseling. And if there is any incident of grief within the organization, usually the counseling department goes around to ask people if they want to talk about things or if they want to need help.
He told participants at the forum that a lot in terms of human and material resources have been put together to build the requisite capacity for the agency's workforce to be effective and efficient on the job. He disclosed that SON places high premium on training and retraining of staff to achieve a knowledge base needed to succeed on the job. Papers on relevant topics were presented by experts at the 4-day event, which brought together former Director General and members of staff of SON across the country.
It's been an enlightening section, and it has opened our eyes more to the things that happen even at the lower levels and the extended parts of SON beyond what we just know at the headquarters. And it's been a strategic session that is going to be like a guide to what SON will be working with as an organization in the coming months.
The Director General showed leadership in every aspect of the program. He led the team in aerobics, led the team in all the interactive section. We had several sessions to have a think tank with him, discussing our challenges, rubbing minds with him on how to improve SON. And looking at the talk sessions, we had opportunities to learn. In the marketing department, for instance, there are so many areas that we needed to improve on: how to engage our consumers, how to engage our stakeholders, how to improve on our service delivery, how to ensure that we not only provide good service, but we take these services to the relevant stakeholders.
Those lectures are very wonderful. It's an eye-opener in a lot of areas. In the areas we're deficient, from the result of our monitoring and evaluation of based on the KPIs and all the strategic plan we put in place last year. I think it's an eye-opener. I think we'll get it better this year.
We are looking hard to improve our KPIs, because from what we had last time and what we brought in here was not as impactful as the organizers thought it should be, the management thought it should be. So we are going back. However, before we go back, we are going to re-engineer what we are looking at, what Gigi think and management think we should do about our KPIs. So I'm sure before we leave here, we are going to see how well we are going to develop our KPIs to meet the yearnings of management and see how well we can move some forward in terms of the objectives, in terms of the targets that have been set for us to enable us move on as a body.
The agency's public relations officer, Bola Fashino, puts the retreat in perspective.
Today, SON has new 9 regional directors appointed. It used to be 6, but some of the regions have been broken down, for greater efficiency. In each of these areas, like Anambra, for example, a new state office had been created. Same for Kano. Now, these are opportunities for devolution of authority in the organization. These are opportunities for shortening the turnaround time in getting approvals for, programs and activities to be implemented at the state office level. So, for all that the organization set for itself from last year, they have been substantially achieved. So, 2022 Strategic Leadership Retreat is now looking at how to improve on the gains of last year. Now the organization has a new structure, a new organogram. How do we ensure that it works efficiently? It's much more efficient than it was before now. How do we improve on our engagement with stakeholders? From the activities of last year, the organization is lucky to have kept to its promise, and that is attested to by the recent ranking of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, ranking SON as the first amongst the ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government in its latest ranking. But when you get up there, the tendency is that there is nowhere else to go other than down. So the challenge even becomes more now to try to stay at the top. And that is what this retreat is all about.
Welcome back and thanks for being there. It's a must-have appliance in every home, workplace or building, hanging on the ceiling, attached to the wall, placed on a table or standing on the floor. This cooling device consists of a rotating arrangement of blades which acts on air and produces cool breeze. You already know it's the fan. I'm glad to tell you I'll be sharing 5 standard tips on electric fan right after responding to your feedback. Lucky Okafor from Delta State says, I watched your program and I'm happy to see what you are doing for our dear country, Nigeria. Thank you so much, Lucky. We hope to serve you better and keep watching. James from Abia State says, I can help you guys with some relevant information if you want. James, we will be glad to hear from you. Please give us detailed information about unscrupulous importers or dealers on substandard products. We will investigate and take necessary actions. Joseph from Benue State says, there are lots of problems with auto spare parts. People importing should get the original. Well said, Joseph. Let's embrace quality to give consumers value for money and protect them from possible harm. SON is committed to ensure that the automobile sector is sanitized. Olaya from Kwara says, I watched your program, well done, but why did they allow the bad tires into the country? Olaya, I'm sure you're referring to the Apple tire market attack on SON officials. Well, these bad tires were smuggled into the country without SON's quality checks, and SON will not rest until these bad tires are off the shelves. Now to 5 standard tips on electric fan. Buy fans tested and approved by the Standards Organization of Nigeria from reputable stores. Read and follow manufacturer's instruction when installing fans or hire a professional to install. Never use your hand to stop fan blades. Let it come to rest on its own when power is off. Clean your fan regularly to ensure the blades are free of dust and dirt built up for better cooling. Inspect your fan frequently, and when you notice burns, broken plugs, loose connection or unusual noise, turn off and contact a technician. The There you have it, 5 standard tips on electric fan. And that's a wrap on this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. Do you have a question, complaint, or suggestion? You can send in your messages with your full name and location to the number 0705-972-4455. Tag along with us on any of our social media platforms, and remember you can watch the program online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, hit the subscribe button, it's free. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.